Well, today obviously is the special day of Valentine's Day all across the world. Obviously, for many people, it may be daunting for us, of it all. Some of it may be our favourite day, some maybe not, depending on our everyday fortune. Valentine's Day, basically, as we know, is celebrated by Saint Valentine, obviously on this special day, and it may be an important day for some that do celebrate it. And like I said, sometimes it can be in a remembrance or occurrence of what is going down and whatnot. And I'm saying this also that we need to be in mind of what is important and not important. This is obviously a time where Saint Valentine is celebrated, obviously, for Saint Valentine's Day, and the pure essence of love and companionship with a friend that has grown into maybe a loved one or whatever it may be. Even though many people argue with Valentine's Day, it should be celebrated every day. What do I think? I guess in some ways they have a valid point because of all the expensive gifts that's out there, that they suspect that their loved ones might want something expensive sort of thing, especially for us typical females that I hear about all the time. But if you wanted to ask someone out, the most traditional way is just to confront them, right, and actually just ask them on the spot if you had that crush and say, hey, I would like to go out with you, would you like to go out with me? But there is a right and wrong way, obviously, when it comes down to this, especially for us autistics, because that's what I'm here today to express to you all, for the tips and tricks on maybe how to ask an autistic out on Valentine's Day, or just Valentine's Day in general, what to give them or do with them for Valentine's Day. But then again, you've got to bear in mind that the traditional way of a card with a little letter, or a gift, or even just a card or a letter with a bit of, love poems, and that gives you a chance to express your love and whatnot. I remember when I was back in school, however, we had a secret Valentine's Day kind of, thing where, a group of people will put their names down and give it to the office, and they will have a bunch of roses waiting, basically, with the names of the people that they picked and whatnot. Sometimes also, I remember some of the guys may go an extra mile and actually put something in the lockers of the girls and leave a little, love quote or message or something, even though sometimes it was hard to know who it was, obviously, because we tend to question, obviously, also my time when we were at high school, how did the guys manage to actually break into our lockers, and it just makes you think. But obviously, the guys were that adamant and keen to try and win the girl that they loved. Also in saying this, sometimes, I found it really, really, really funny about it because, I didn't know what, Valentine's Day was to start off with, even though that through my time in high school, I never got that many, Valentine's gifts or Valentine's letters or whatever it may be at that time of that secret Valentine's Day standards that they did bring to play. But now I'm starting to become more aware and actually understand what Valentine's Day is all about. If you're going to go and tell someone that you like them and you're crazy over them, and that it doesn't always come easy for me as an autistic or anyone in general that is autistic, as I said. So, from one, I'll do my very darn hardest. If I've got a crush or love somebody, I will try and have the courage to get up and go and speak to them face to face, even though many people will just mourn it straight out, yes or no. Like I said in one of the videos of making decisions on the spot, sometimes, as I said in one of the videos of that love tag one, especially what is love and whatnot, or do you believe in love and first sight? People may think love is a feeling, love is an emotion, love is just, your heart pumping around your body and whatever else it may be, but everyone has their own differentiation, which again, I'll link that one of the love tag video, my understanding of some of the bits that I'm just briefly sharing with you into this video in the description below, as well as the icon. Right, moving on. Now, I will do my very darn hardest though to focus on them, even though with some of us Aspies, once we have a crush or we love somebody, we love really hard, and that sometimes, like many of us will get rejected time and time again, even though, many people give us off the wrong vibes or messages or wrong body cues, and we tend to misread the, cue quite quickly. Okay, so as we know, basically, sometimes when it comes down to it, many people may want to just take their loved one out and about, be it, with flowers, dressed up, going out on a special meal and whatnot. Some autistics may not want that because it's really loud, busy and crazy in that time period, and you may waste your money on that because obviously some days other than others may be more expensive, when you come to book a restaurant and whatnot, so you feel kind of stressed and angry about it. So today, here's some gifts and tricks, ideas and tricks along the way for you guys, for the ones that you have that are autistic, and hopefully maybe some of the ones that I may miss. Please, if anyone that is watching this and are autistic, feel free to list some below as well, maybe, so that we can get the ball running, so we can understand what maybe you would enjoy. So number one is, making your own card. Nothing says I love you better than just making your own card, designing it up, because obviously the messages you write is purely from you and from the heart. Even if you do feel pressured to try and maybe rush around at the last minute, maybe just finding your own card, because obviously that's not how you feel. But sometimes, we may struggle with that, and sometimes we can always just, when making our own card, photos, draw it, whatever it may be, if we're that arty enough to make our own cards and just put a little love quote in there or whatever it may be in that card, that will make our day special. Number two, sometimes if you want to go out of your way on this special day, you can find out their favourite candy or kind of style chocolate or whatever, because obviously, nothing more for some of us Aspies that may have a sweet tooth that would like to, be spoilt with candy or chocolate if we haven't had it for a long period of time. Number three is maybe dressing up to impress the loved one, because obviously it doesn't have to be full out kitted out in a suit or whatever. It could be just for the guys that hasn't been wearing certain outfits for a while. It can just be just that, by ironing their new t-shirt or just showing off their new t-shirt and hoodie with the casual jeans or whatever they wear these days to try and dress and impress the loved one. And that goes for us females also. We do our darn hardest to try and dress to impress, even though yes, we know for a fact that be it whatever it may be, that most females do dress to impress anyway, regardless of the time of day it is, even though fashion is always based on the females, as most males has been complaining about. Number four, maybe find out basically what your partner's favourite movie is and have a movie night in, bring in some popcorn, lollies and whatever else, and maybe in saying this, instead of you choosing it, let the opposite one choose it, maybe, especially for the ones that are autistic, and then saying that, maybe write a little cut inside a card saying, I hereby declare, since it's Valentine's Day, a movie of your choice. And do suck it up if someone chooses, something that you don't like, because obviously it's all about just trying to, sacrifice something, and obviously compromising what we don't like and just do what the other person wants to do in some ways, and just, pays to ask first, maybe. Also, as another tip here of what they don't like, so that you can get the feel, so that you don't, upset them maybe or overwhelm them, because some Aspies, as we know, likes to pre-plan or pre-know beforehand what's going on, of the who, what, where, why, so they can have in their minds that if they're on a schedule, to just trying to fit it into that little schedule of that day, whatever it may be. Tip number 6 maybe is a picnic with some of your favourite foods and maybe a favourite spot or what have you. It could be a beach, mountain, whatever, or it could be for that part there, just to be out there, out in bush or something, just to enjoy the scenery, watch the sunset or something, whatever it may be, going to the beach maybe, who knows. Number 7, creating a favourite meal. For most autistics, as we know, some of them will have a hyper or hypo sensitivity to certain tastes and smells and whatnot. So if you wanted to, we could try and substitute that and put it into your guys' dietary plan as well. Even if you're into that kind of foods that we don't like, we'll try our darn hardest to do it. Just make sure to just respect some of the ones that are autistic. If you're dating an autistic, that some may have food allergies, as well as, that hypersensitivity or hypersensitivity the smell or taste of that particular food item. In saying this though, some Aspies, as I said before, may like sweet foods. If you wanted to, do a dessert party or some form of thing, because as we know, at the end of the day, it won't be that bland, and some of it, whatever it may be it ice cream, chocolate, confectioneries, whatever it is, sweets, be well noted for. Well, this quickly ends, hopefully, a real short, brief overview of the tips and tricks of what to do on Valentine's Day for someone that you know of that has autism. Smash the like button, comment below. Feel free to share these videos around. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to join me on the bandwagon to be my part of my fan bam. And doing this, as I said, I'm hoping to bring out more of these type videos Monday to Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, depending on my timetable schedule. And also in saying this, basically, if you are deciding to join me on the bandwagon and to be my fan bam, feel free to also turn on the notification bell so you can keep up to date what's going down with my kind of style of videos and whatnot. So no further ado, guys, thanks for support, thanks for watching, do what you love what you do. Till next time, Aspie signing out, and I'll see you again soon. Ciao for now.